Hey guys, what is up? James Penrose here for video 91 on my channel, and this video is going to be yet another video on my thoughts on one of the matches that's going to be happening for Summerslam. I've made a few already. Last night I made my video thoughts on Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns and how that feud's been going on and how I think the match will turn out. This video is going to be my thoughts that I promised on the rematch at Summerslam between Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt. My thoughts on this feud as a whole, I think it's been brilliant. They haven't overcomplicated it, they haven't rushed anything, they haven't done anything that's gone overboard to make you go, what the hell? No, it's simple, they kept it to the basics with this feud. Bray Wyatt looks like a star in this feud, because how you have Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family attack Chris Jericho the past two Raws, as a matter of fact, in a row, that Chris Jericho has actually been put down by the Wyatt family, and a lot of people will bitch and moan about that, saying, oh, Chris Jericho's been made and look like a bitch. Well, if he was made and looked like a bitch, then he wouldn't have won at Battleground, would he? He would have lost twice in a row at Battleground at SummerSlam. Well, he could do. That's my prediction anyways. This match, going into SummerSlam, it's been built up really well, like I said a million times. Chris Jericho, I love Chris Jericho. Bray Wyatt is also the future of this business as well. Like, there's so many up-and-coming stars, but Bray Wyatt is my favourite right now. And to put him up with a guy that is the first undisputed champion of the WWE in Chris Jericho, who's been in the business since 1999, and you're putting these two in a feud together, I love it. It's a brilliant pair-up. I couldn't think of anyone better for Bray Wyatt to go against the Chris Jericho. I said that in my first feud thoughts between these two, but I have to reiterate it because it's the truth. It really is the truth. This past Monday night on Raw, we saw Chris Jericho had a match with one of the members of the Wyatt family, which was Luke Harper. And Luke Harper is probably my second best member out of the whole three members of the Wyatt family, just for his size and his speed and his agility. Like, what he can bring to the table in the ring is just phenomenal. And we saw that with Chris Jericho, and we've seen that the past year with the Wyatt family, what he's been doing in the ring. It's been tremendous. How he's doing suicide dives through the middle rope, how he's doing these sit-down power bombs off the second rope, and even off suplexes off the top rope. And, yeah, just all these great innovative moves from a 300-pound guy, which I love to see. So these two had a match on Raw. Was an okay match. I think how it ended up was Chris Jericho was just about to win the match. He hits the code breaker when little vignette plays, the lights go out, lights come back on, Bray Wyatt's in the outside the ring, trying to distract Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho hits a code breaker on Luke Harper. Bray Wyatt gets to the ring and attacks Chris Jericho and thumps in the throat with the thumb, which is kind of a rip-off to what Umaga does. But, you know, the late great Umaga, when he had the Samoan spike, it's a bit like that, except it goes like that instead of that. Which is an okay move, I guess. And then he hits the Sister Abigail on Chris Jericho, and it ends from there. Which was a cool moment because you want to make Bray Wyatt look strong going into this feud, which you have done. Last match at Battleground, I looked at it as a win-win situation for both superstars. Where I looked at it as, if Chris Jericho wins, I won't complain, because then at SummerSlam it'll give Bray Wyatt something to go for. And if Bray Wyatt wins, that'll make him look strong and credible, and Chris Jericho will make this match more unpredictable going into SummerSlam, and so on. For this SummerSlam match, I'm looking at it very, very differently. Chris Jericho won the match at Battleground. He's 1-0, right? In this feud, if you have Chris Jericho go over again, Bray Wyatt is definitely going to be made now look like a bitch on pay-per-views, because he's been on a loser streak consistently on pay-per-views. He lost at WrestleMania, fair enough. He won at Extreme Rules in a steel cage match, fair enough. He lost at Payback in a Last Man Standing match. He lost the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he lost at Payback to Chris Jericho. If you have Bray Wyatt lose again, what does that do for his career? Where does that put him? It really gives him nowhere to go. I don't know what you're going to do. Finally give him a title match at Night of Champions against Brock Lesnar. I actually would love to see that, and have Bray Wyatt win and build him up. If they do that, then that's phenomenal in my opinion. Have Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar, fucking right. But Bray Wyatt needs to win this match. You guys might disagree with that, but in all honesty, he's one of the futures of this business. I've been a fan of his ever since he debuted when he took out Kane, and his first year in WWE has been a huge success. How come he hasn't been given a one-on-one title match yet? I don't know, but they need to do it soon. You never know, he could win the Royal Rumble next year, but there's talks that Roman Reigns is going to win that and win the title at Mania 31 at the Levi Stadium. But nonetheless, it should be a great match, another contender possibly for match of the night. It's just going to be another regular match. Their Battleground match, I'm going to be honest, I said it in my review for Battleground that it was good, but it could have been a lot better in my opinion. There was a few botches now and there, but it was their first time meeting, so you can't expect it to be a 5-star classic, right? So yeah, this has been my thoughts on the Bray Wyatt Chris Jericho feud, their match at SummerSlam, my predictions for Bray Wyatt to win. Leave your comments down below and your predictions down below to think who is going to win this match. Do you think Bray Wyatt is going to finally get his redemption after losing at Battleground, or do you think Chris Jericho will make it 2 for 2 against Bray Wyatt, which I don't want to see personally. But if you want to see that, just feel free to comment down below and let me know about that. So other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video, comment this video, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Alex Wilkerson, Connor Camway, and Cam and Ben Gaming. 3 great subscribers of mine. You can follow them for Cheats Unlockables trophies, GTA reviews. Cam and Ben Gaming doesn't do that. But Alex Wilkerson and Connor Camway do glitches, cheats, trophies for GTA Vice City. Cam and Ben Gaming has requested that I do videos for GTA 5. Honestly, I would do, but in all honesty, man, I need to confess, I really am so shit at that game. I have it, but I'm fucking awful. So I'm just confessing right now. So other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm James Penrose. All I can say is, peace out, my brothers.